Alright guys, let's get started. You're watching Crypto Corner, your crypto radar, for all the latest news, reviews, market analysis and tutorials that help you master the crypto markets. My name is OJ, crypto analyst and investor since 2015. And in today's episode, I'm actually giving you not 10, 12 more of the altcoins in my portfolio. In the previous episode, I went through the first 10 tokens. Today, I'm giving you another 12, and then there will be a third episode because my portfolio is actually quite large, so I can't really fit everything in one episode. It's going to be a very long video. This is going to be a slightly longer video than the previous one, but I'm going to try and keep it short. The main reason why I'm giving you all of these coins, first of all, is because you asked, many of you were asking me in comments and on my social media, which tokens I'm currently buying or holding, and also because we are now in the early stages of another bull rally, and this is a very good time for accumulation, even though you might think, well, some of these tokens have already pumped by 50, 100%, some of them even more than 100% in the last couple of months. But remember, this is still very early stage of a bull rally. We are still having the rest of 2023, which is not going to be the actual bull run. The actual bull run will be next year, 2024. This year, we're going to have some ups and we're going to have some downs as well. We're going to see a lot of consolidation periods as well. So this is definitely a good year to be accumulating. This is what I was doing throughout late 2019, early 2020. And then a lot of my tokens that I purchased back then blew up by, 10x, 15x, some of them even more. So let's get started. Today is going to be 12 tokens of my portfolio. Alright, and let's kick off with the first token today. That will be Sushi. Before that, let me quickly point out this banner down here. I didn't have it in the previous episode. Not sure why I didn't think of it, but better late than never, as the saying goes. Now, in this banner, you can see quick stats of each token that I'm talking about. First is the ticker symbol, of course. Then we have the current price. Then we see its performance in the last 24 hours, 7 days, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, then year to date. Now, that means from the beginning of this year. This is not to be confused with its 1 year performance, which is the last block here. And then we have its market cap, in dollar value, of course, and its 24 hours volume, finishing off with its all-time high price. And in the small digits below that metric, it shows you what percentage points it is currently from that all-time high. Okay, so this is Sushi, the token of SushiSwap, a very popular AMM automated market maker. In other words, a decentralized exchange, which was launched in 2020 as a fork of Uniswap. Uniswap is still the most used and well-known DEX, but SushiSwap very quickly managed to capture a big chunk of its user base and continue to do so. Its main audience is DeFi traders and associated entities looking to capitalize on the boom in project tokens and create liquidity. The platform takes a 0.3% cut from transactions occurring on its liquidity pools, while its Sushi token is used to reward users portions of those fees. Sushi also entitles users to governance rights. During the bear market, the token dropped significantly and it is now recovering. It is up 60% from the beginning of this year, but it's still around 93% down from its all-time high, making it very undervalued and with a lot of potential on the upside, which is why I added it to my portfolio. Okay, next one on my list is a meme coin that I often mention in my news coverage, specifically in regards to Ethereum whales accumulation records, Shiba Inu. Yes, you've heard it many times in my videos, and you know that this is the most accumulated token by top Ethereum wallets. And it's been in the top for pretty much the whole of last year, and even before that. This is the only reason why I added it to my portfolio, despite my dislike of meme coins. These might be good for pump and dumps, but they usually lack the fundamentals to make them valuable assets to me. So I typically shy away from such tokens. Shiba somehow managed to impress me with their very quick rise into the top 20 market cap ranking when it first came out. Then it impressed me by holding onto this ranking spot for a very long time, And then it impressed me again by consistently being in the top 3 most accumulated tokens by the top 100 Ethereum whales. So what can I say? This is one example how market sentiment can influence me and not fundamentals or even technical analysis in this case. The Shiba team made efforts to create utility for the token which have not yet materialized. The very hyped Shiba Inu, which is an upcoming and long-awaited layer 2 blockchain solution for Shiba Inu, aimed at addressing the low transaction speed of Ethereum. It was supposed to be launched last year, but it didn't. It was postponed to this year, which is another reason why I hold a bag of Shiba right now in my portfolio. Such events create a lot of buzz and hype, and with that, the price usually sees a sharp pump. So this for me is another purely speculative investment and one for the short to medium term, but certainly not a long-term hold. I will sell off as soon as I see that pump, guys. Make no mistake, a token might make me a handsome profit, but I'm not getting emotionally attached because of that. XRP is a great example. It's probably the token that made me the biggest profit back in 2017. So I kept XRP in my portfolio for a long time, but as soon as the SEC opened their legal battle against Ripple, I sold all of my XRP and I still don't hold any. If I see the end of this court case coming up, I might scoop some again, but until then my money is in other tokens that have better performance. Okay, moving on to the next one in my portfolio, Chainlink. Well, this is the other most held or accumulated token by Ethereum whales, and it belongs to the popular blockchain oracle network Chainlink. You probably know Chainlink quite well already. It's been used by many crypto projects, making it the main oracle system in the data processing field and has been a permanent fixture in the top 20 cryptos by market cap, so I won't take much time to explain it. It was launched in 2017 and its main USP is interoperability. In other words, it allows blockchains to securely interact with external data feeds, events, and payment methods. It's one of the first networks to allow the integration of off-chain data into smart contracts, which is why it's so successful. During the bear market, it dropped to around $5, which was an amazing discount if you ask me, and it's now around $8. It's up 50% since the start of this year and is yet to blow off. I expect that once this sleeping giant awakes, it will have an epic rally, so naturally, I added it to my portfolio recently. Alright, now you might be asking, what about Uni? It is also here in the top 3 tokens held by Ethereum whales. If I have the other 2, why not all 3? Good question. I don't know about Uni. It surely is a very popular one, and I actually don't know why I'm not rushing to buy it at this point. I probably will in the future, but for now, it is not in my portfolio. But I have nothing against that token or the Uniswap DEX. The token was in my portfolio throughout the last bull cycle. Maybe it will be again. I'm sure at some point it will, but as of right now, it is not in my portfolio. Alright, moving on to the next one, which is Atom, the token of Cosmos Hub. This is a project that aims to solve some of the hardest problems, as they say, facing the blockchain industry. It aims to offer an antidote to slow, expensive, unscalable, and environmentally harmful proof-of-work protocols like those used by Bitcoin by offering an ecosystem of connected blockchains, and it's often described as the blockchain 3.0. It allows a network to be easily built using chunks of code that already exist, making it a quick, easy, and straightforward process. This is their main USP. It is a token that I hold purely due to strong fundamentals, and in previous bull cycles, it has done very well. So it's in my portfolio partially due to great past performance, which, by the way, is not a measure for future performance. So I could be wrong to choose it instead of something more fresh and with bigger potential in the short term, but it is one of these older tokens that I feel are less risky. You see, I try to balance my portfolio with tokens like this one that pose less of a risk to counter those that are purely speculative, like Shiba or CQT, for instance, which I mentioned in the previous episode. The higher risk means higher returns, hopefully, but they could as well fail and make me big losses too. So holding tokens that present less of a risk is purely a strategy to balance things off. Atom is currently sitting at 67% negative from its all-time high, and much like many other tokens in my portfolio, it's up 53% since the start of this year. It's on all good exchanges, so it's easy to find. Again, a reminder here, I'm not suggesting that you should buy or hold Atom or any of the tokens that I discuss in this video. I'm giving you my list of tokens in my portfolio because of you guys asking me for quite some time now and for the sake of transparency. This way, I'm merely placing these tokens on your crypto radar. Take this information and do some more research before you decide which tokens to add to your portfolio. This is always a decision for you and only you to make. Alright, moving on to the next one, and this is Render, the token of Render Network, a distributed GPU rendering network built on top of the Ethereum blockchain. What they do is connect artists and graphic design studios who need GPU computing power with mining partners who are renting their GPU capabilities for a fee. It's using the Ethereum blockchain for this, and although not the first one of its kind, it's been getting a lot of attention recently, especially since November last year when it was added to the crypto banking app Revolut, which gave it a much bigger exposure to the mainstream, and since then, it's building a steady upside momentum. The token is 330% up since the beginning of the year, which is by far the biggest ROI of all tokens that I mentioned so far. But the good news is it's still down 80% from its all-time high, so the upside potential is still intact. Right, next one on my list is Solana, another very well-known blockchain that I hardly need to introduce here. Its main USP is transaction speed and, of course, smart contracts, NFTs, and all the popular stuff. If you've been following me, chances are you know about Solana very well. You also know that I have been very critical of the Solana team, which last year had numerous challenges with the stability of the network, and several times they had to switch off the entire network in order to prevent malicious exploits, which made us aware of centralization issues. On top of that, with the collapse of FTX came another huge hurdle for Solana, as Alameda and FTX were in possession of very large amounts of the token supply. So this caused a mass sell-off of the tokens, and its price plummeted to ultra-low levels. This was in fact a good time for accumulation, albeit a very risky time too. So I didn't rush to buy it straight away, but as it started recovering, I did jump back into it. So now I have a decent amount in my bag of coins. I don't think Solana is finished, and if anything, the worst is now in the past, behind us. So I'm looking at this as another coin with strong potential for a good pump in the future. This is another speculative investment on my part. I'm not relying on fundamentals here, but merely on the fact that the token has not yet fully recovered and is yet to regain the confidence or the trust, if you will, of the majority of investors. So there's a lot of upside potential. The risk is there too, but it is a high risk, high reward kind of thing. The token is up 174% since the start of the year, but it's still almost 90% down from its all-time high. So it is still at bargain prices, if you ask me. Alright, moving on to the next one. Another dinosaur here token. XTZ, the token of Tezos. What I mean by dinosaur is that it's an old project dating back to 2014. This makes it the oldest one in my portfolio after Litecoin, of course. To this date, Tezos remains one of the most popular staking coins, and even exchanges like Binance and Coinbase offer flexible staking of XTZ without the need to become a baker, the term for running a Tezos node, which requires a stake of 8,000 tokens, something that not many can afford anymore. Tezos is an open source platform that calls itself secure, upgradable, and built to last. And given its longevity, it surely has achieved all of that. It also supports smart contracts and has promised to embrace all new developments in blockchain technology in the future. So this is how it remains relevant to this day, while so many of the networks that were launched back in those early days are either gone into oblivion or even disappeared by now, while Tezos is still here, still going strong. This makes it one of the most secure, or shall I say, less risky investments in my portfolio. Just what I need to counter the Solana investment, for instance, right? Anyway, during the bear cycle, it dropped a lot, first to $3, then to $1 and even below. But it is recovering now, 70% up since the start of the year, and it's still at a huge discount, 90% below its all-time high of $12. Alright, and here is another altcoin that has proven to be worthy of its position in my portfolio. ZIL, the token of Zilliqa. one of the early blockchain projects that seek to solve the issue of scalability and transaction speed, of course, by employing sharding as a second layer scaling solution. The platform is home to many decentralized applications by now, and since 2020, it also offers staking and yield farming rewards. It's already been through a couple of bear cycles, and in the last bull cycle, it printed significant gains, making it one of the less risky investments in my view. This is important, guys, because during a bear cycle, many projects fall out of the public eye. They lose the mass appeal and they never recover. Dash is a good example of this. Dash used to be a very popular token back in 2016, 2017, when it was in the top 10 coins by market cap. But as the 2018 bear market hit, it fell off the top ranking, never to be seen again. I mean, it's still going, it's not disappeared, but nobody talks about it anymore, nobody cares, nobody is interested. It did not make a good return in the previous bull cycle. This happens to many coins. Stratis is another such example of a coin that was once top 10 material, and now it's virtually unknown. Zilliqa is 100% up since the start of this year and about 80% down from its all-time high. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Another DeFi token, FTM, the token of Phantom, a smart contract blockchain that has super fast transaction speeds, under 2 seconds. Phantom has the goal of overcoming the limitations of previous generation blockchains and balancing the 3 challenges, the blockchain trilemma: scalability, security, and decentralization. They offer a set of tools to simplify the process of integrating existing dApps, as well as detailed staking reward system and built-in DeFi instruments. And as you might have guessed, this is another Ethereum competitor, a layer 1 scaling solution, and it's also another one of these older blockchain projects in my portfolio. And as such, it is also on the low end of the risk spectrum. Phantom also had quite a rally recently. It's up over 200% in the last 3 months, up 166% since the start of this year, yet it's still 84% negative from its all-time high. Alright, now while we're still on the letter F, even though this is by no means in alphabetical order, here comes an AI token, FET. AI is the latest hot narrative in crypto, and this year promises to be very big for anything AI related, so naturally I'm adding some AI tokens, the first one being this one, FetchAI, which is not a brand new project. It has been around since 2019 when it was launched via a Binance IEO, and the FetchAI model is rooted in use cases like optimizing DeFi trading services, transportation networks, parking, micromobility, smart energy grids, travel, essentially any complex digital system that relies on large-scale data sets. I might have to do a separate video dedicated to AI tokens where I can actually go into more details and do a proper deep dive on the fundamentals of these, but for now, I'm keeping it short. This project saw a lot of price appreciation in the last 6 months, even during the bear market. It was performing rather well, so it won its place in my portfolio, although I'm yet to accumulate more of it. I'm just waiting for a bigger correction of the whole market at some point. As you see, it's up more than 350% since the start of the year, way more than 600% in the last 3 months, just about 65% down from its all-time high, so whenever the market offers me a chance of a bigger discount, and if that happens, I'm expecting a proper correction at some point this year, I mean 30-40% at least. This will be a good chance for me to scoop some more of this token. Alright, well, we're almost at the end, peeps. I'm trying to keep this short, so bear with me. The next token on my list is GRT, a Web3 token, the token of the Graph network. It offers blockchain interoperability by making it easier to build new applications and track valuable data. With the tools they provide, anyone can build and publish open APIs called subgraphs. For instance, Uniswap uses a subgraph, and that data is open to any developer to use in their application. Thus, we see wallets like Rainbow, for instance, that have built a subgraph that pulls data from Uniswap's subgraph. Anyhow, without getting too technical, this is one of the projects developing for the Web3 arena, and Web3 is already a big narrative in crypto since last year. I dedicated a few videos on this subject, so you must already know what I'm talking about. You know that I'm a firm believer that Web3 will benefit all of us, not just crypto users, but I mean all internet users, and projects that are positioned in this sector are bound to see a lot of growth over the coming years. The GOT token is up more than 200% since the start of this year, and currently is sitting at 94% negative from its all-time high. Alright, and lastly, here comes the 12th token from this list and last one for today, APT, the token of Aptos network. This is another Web3 project. It is a proof-of-stake blockchain that can achieve a theoretical transaction throughput of over 150,000 transactions per second, which greatly surpasses Solana, and they do it through parallel execution. It is the newest project in my portfolio, only launched in October last year, which is also why you don't see it being far from its all-time high. The token is still in price discovery, and the volatility is very high, 320% up since the start of the year, only 28% down from its all-time high. This token is a very hot property right now, and I added it to my portfolio just a few weeks ago as it made a pullback from its recent rally. It only has 1 billion tokens total supply, which is not a lot, and I like that. With 130 million circulating supply, this is even better from a speculator point of view. When we are dealing with a small circulation supply, like this one, this makes it easier for the top accounts, the ones that hold large amounts, to move its price. Why would this be a good thing, you might be asking? Well, because this is how pumps occur. When there isn't enough supply, every little hype, every time there is an event or news or anything that draws interest to the project, more people rush into a buying frenzy, and with the smaller circulation, the pumps are easier to achieve. So, as I said, from a speculator's point of view, this is good. It's not great for a long-term investor though, but this I consider to be in my higher risk assets, so short to medium term for now. Keep your crypto safe with the best cold storage on the market, Keystone Wallet, air-gapped device with top-tier security. Alright, well, this is everything for today's episode, guys. Thanks for staying until the end. I hope this is helpful, and please show your appreciation by leaving a like and a comment below. Let me know which of the tokens in your portfolio that you're holding or you're currently accumulating, and also make sure that you are subscribed so that you never miss an episode. In my next episode, I'm giving you the last 11 or 12 tokens of my portfolio, and of course throughout the following episodes I will continue updating you on other tokens or coins that I'm either accumulating or looking to accumulate. This is going to be an ongoing theme. I will keep sharing with you what tokens I'm currently buying or selling as well. If I'm getting rid of some token from my portfolio, I will also let you know. So it really pays to be subscribed, and it's for free. So make sure that you're subscribed, hit the notification bell so you know when I'm posting the next episode, and also make sure that you check out the links in the description below, where I drop the links to all of the crypto services that I'm personally using and that I recommend to you. And while you're here, why not check another one of my videos, and I'm gonna see you in the next one.